folks, we're back with Let's Talk Antiques, and I'm going to tell you, boys, we lucky we're not talking about the weather more today, aren't we? I about
yeah.
froze up.
Yeah, there might be some antique icicles or something we need to talk about.
They might be. You know how many times is that
We can figure out how to get them and store them somewhere.
been recycled?
We can get David to put a cooler in out there where his shop is.
Yeah,
That'd
there wouldn't
work.
be no problem storing them today, would it?
But you got that right. They'd last.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to talk about watches, and then we're going to go through and search some of the values. You know, 50 years ago, 80% of the people wore a watch, Ray.
I'd feel naked if I didn't have a watch.
Me
on.
too.
I
But
would.
we're in that.
Old generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what the now generation, the percentage is?
Cell phone.
5%.
5%. Philip, you got a watch on the
I do, but I've only
It's a smartwatch.
started. I've only started wearing a watch last year after not wearing one for about 15 years.
Yeah, but that's a smartwatch, ain't it?
Yeah.
Ronnie's hip, he ain't got one.
Yeah. Now,
Well, now I usually wear one, but the crystal broke on the one I usually wear.
Well, I got some over you can borrow.
So, well, I got some others, but that's the one I like.
now you heard what Philip said. He's got a smartwatch. That's different.
It's
31% of the watches purchased today are smartwatches, and some of them, dang Philip, aren't they like $300 or $400 a piece?
Yeah, the new ones are definitely.
You have to have a
Definitely
long
not that
degree
much.
to read them, although.
I don't know how.
No.
It-
Long
it's
degree.
just a watch,
You know, they
but
say
it does
takes a
extra
lawyer
stuff.
to read a brief.
And here's something that I thought was unusual. The men that do wear watches, now I don't do this. You might, Ray. 52% of the men that has watches that wear them all the time wear them in bed. They sleep in them. Do
I
you?
do.
No,
See, I don't.
no.
I never did.
Huh. Why? I mean,
Just have mine on my dresser.
what if it fell off and broke?
Well, it did break. But it didn't fall off the
Oh, you
dresser.
ain't got that much money to just buy another one.
No, it was about $300.
No, I've got an old collection of old watches, Timex and all that stuff.
Yeah.
My top drawer's full of them.
You know, Timex put it where everybody could afford a watch,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
and they sold a lot though.
And just think about how much technology goes into making a watch back in the old days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Now they got those pulsating watches and all
Oh,
that crazy
unbelievable.
stuff. Mine's just but mine does. The watch I'm wearing right now, it winds itself from
This
wrist
one
movement.
here, this
Yeah.
one winds itself.
Yeah.
That battery business, I got tired of.
I don't. You know, the Rolex, it winds itself.
That's out of my league.
That's
there.
what I have to charge mine every night. So there.
It's out of. Do you have to charge it every night?
Well, you can get 2 days out of it.
What
but
all will your watch do?
You can get on the internet
I
with it.
can do
Never.
Dick Tracy. I can take phone calls on it,
Oh, yeah.
but not video phone
I
calls.
thought about
on it.
that, but I figured it's smarter than I am because I can't figure out the smartphone.
If Ronnie called you right now, would it ring?
I've got it muted, but yeah, it'll vibrate and ring. And
Well,
if you-
unmute it. Let's have a conversation.
Is it hard to unmute it?
no, if you're using Apple, the directions deal, it's an Apple smartwatch, by the
And
way.
they
yes.
said Dick Tracy watches would never happen.
It'll
They sure
It's here.
did.
it'll vibrate on your arm when you're supposed to make a turn when you're using
Oh, really?
using it for directions. It'll
Wow.
And so it's handy. I mean, but
Does it work
but
off
it's
your cell
mostly
phone?
yeah, but it's mostly a watch. You know.
Now, can you answer with that, or do you answer with cell phone? Demonstrate for us.
Let's see.
You got hope?
So there's the ring.
Here's
So
it.
it's ringing.
So it rings. Oh, let me a second. So
Why'd you
I'll
throw
drop
your
my
phone in the floor?
Okay, so you can answer it. Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, Philip, why'd you throw your phone in the floor?
It's not.
I don't hear you.
It's not talking. Oh, it dropped the call somehow.
I went to voicemail. Can't take your call right now.
I didn't answer it.
This is a
Alright.
smart show.
Oh,
So it doesn't
Yeah.
work every time,
Yeah.
but it does.
I
most
bet
of
you
the
some of them high dollar ones work every time. I'm sure that's an expensive watch, but they probably make one that does work.
There's newer versions of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
I don't
me
I don't
and
buy the
Jitterbug.
newest version. I buy the
Jitterbug.
last version.
Smart jitterbug.
Yeah.
It's all on one thing. You don't have to go through all that other rigmarole.
Yeah.
I hadn't got it yet, but I did. I ordered me
Now,
one the other
for
night.
somebody like me, tell me what a jitterbug is.
It's a phone.
Oh, a phone?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've
Yeah,
never
they-
heard of a jitterbug.
yeah.
You
They
heard
got
of
the
a jitterbug?
cheapest rates in the country, I guess.
Is it cheap? Easy to operate then?
Well, they say it's easy for older people like me that ain't got no real Technology.
skills
Yeah, there you go,
on
those
phones.
skills.
Skills on phones. Okay, so
I can't even learn how to answer this one.
Well, you push a button,
Yeah.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you won't work.
unless you wear your button finger out,
all right.
facing the camera.
Well, say, David, I know you exercise a bunch. This will keep track of how far you've gone and the elevation changes even while you're going.
That is amazing. What,
Yeah, it is.
And you can load some music into it, not a lot, so that if you're, you want to listen
Walking?
to music while you're walking or whatever, you can use your
can you plug a
wireless
headphone into it
headphones.
too?
No, you have to have the wireless.
Hey, doesn't it amount to the amount of moving you do?
Yeah, it
Well, somebody told me that this old big heavy set boy ordered him one.
Yeah.
He got that thing, he's doing his arm just
Yeah.
back and forth. And his wife come home that night and said, boy, I can see you really been using. You've been doing some good job, working hard. He's laying in the couch there just doing his arm.
That's what I've got a goal set for it. It wants you to stand every hour for a couple of minutes, and it can tell whether you're standing or sitting down.
Oh,
And it tells you, to walk a certain amount and stuff like that. It's got
That's
a little,
good.
it's got a little healthy stuff in it that I thought was annoying, and then I'm like, oh, it's probably not a bad idea. So,
Well, I know Emily got one
Turn it
because
off.
she's a runner, long distance runner.
yeah.
And so she needed one.
and it checks your heartbeat and stuff.
that'd be good to have, I guess.
I
Built-in fitness
All
tracker.
right, Philip. You've been on eBay, right?
I have.
Okay, so if you just Google just watches, you're gonna come up with some real high dollar watches. But if you Google character watches, they're a little cheaper. But if you want, do you want to do like? Did you do just watches to
I
start
did
with?
pocket watches to start with.
Okay, so pocket watches, that's good. What's the highest price pocket watch?
A 1787 fine gold enamel pocket watch.
So it's a picture. Looks like, is that two ladies?
No, I think that's a guy with a wig.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is
Rock star, huh?
it's sold for $25,000 was the buy it now on that one.
Might have got more out of it.
And here's it says it's a huge 49 millimeter minute repeater Patek Philippe hidden hinge pocket watch. 35 bids on it, went for $17,328. $16 shipping. So, and here's the earliest known Patek Philippe perpetual calendar and moon phase watch, circa 1866. It went for $69,600.
Good.
I thought it was 39,000.
Oh, 39,000. I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, the
39.
nation's
There you
biggest
go.
Still
whore.
amazing.
And here's
Bringing big money.
there's another. Oh no, this says best offer accepted. I'm sorry. They were asking 40. They took somewhere between 12,000 and 17,000, which is still a lot for
A lot of money.
watch.
Well, those are in order.
Yeah, true. These are actually. Here's a. I don't know what that. No, jump that. Golay Phil's 18 karat gold watch repeater, antique pocket watch. They were wanting 22,000. Got a little over 10. One of a kind Imperial Russian Award Moser watch, and silver mandolin box. Buy it now is 10,700. Most of these are from other countries. Most of these come from Bulgaria and Germany. It looks like. That's your big. Apparently they've got a
Tell
lot
you
of
what, while you're doing
watches.
that, how much time we got?
About 3 minutes.
All right. While you're doing that, why don't you hop over to railroad watches?
Okay.
Something that most of our listeners are real. We don't know a whole lot about Russian watches, do we? Matter of fact, we don't know a whole lot about. I don't know a whole lot about watches. Period.
I don't know a lot about railroad watches.
I like the skeleton
Now-
where you can see the inner works of it.
Yeah.
That fascinates me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now that right there, actually, you had to have those railroad watches. I mean, they had to be certified because, when you have a train schedule,
Yeah.
you sure don't want two trains on the same track. One coming from each direction.
That's a good point.
Well, they all.
So they had to be accurate, and they certified them. I don't know how often.
I guess they all use the same watches too, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, no, they
have
you could buy different ones, but they still had to be certified. They had to make sure that they kept perfect time.
To their time. Watch after their.
So what have you got there?
I've got a vintage Lord Elgin 16 size 23 jeweled railroad pocket watch with a presentation case from 1907, and it was a buy it now of $3,200.
Free shipping.
Yep, with free shipping. It says a very rare Seth Thomas 25 jewels Maiden Lane Railroad pocket watch from 1892.
Now, Seth Thomas made a lot of clocks, just regular clocks.
Right.
Advertisement clocks, factory clocks, all kinds of different clocks.
I've seen a lot of mantle clocks. They were
Yeah, Seth Thomas.
really
So they were in the
valuable.
pocket watch business too, which, being in the railroad pocket watch business, that's probably a good business to be in. Because you definitely, you just couldn't run out and buy just a watch for $1.99 back then.
Well, they wanted $2,800 and they got over 2,000, but it don't know exactly.
Still pretty good for a pocket watch.
Yeah, here's a scarce 21 jewel Santa Fe Special Illinois Railroad pocket watch. $2,000 was the buy it now on that. Frontier Railroad presentation, a Waltham 18 karat gold pocket watch with the Hunter case, from 1871. They were wanting $2,400 and took a best offer on it.
Now, railroad watches, you see a lot of them that were gold. I mean, it was actually it was a tool that they had to have. So since it was a tool, I guess they wanted the best.
Then the husbands could justify getting a gold one.
Well, being the railroad,
it's for work.
being in the railroad, you had pride, so you wanted to have the best you could get. I have seen them in silver though.
Do you think they had to buy their own, or do you think the railroad supplied it for them?
I don't know.
If somebody knows, they could call and let us know. That's a question.
And I know there's a lot of people here in town that's got their grandparents and great-grandparents watches. Hey, Philip, I think we better take a break.
Okay.
And you push that button, we'll get back on the watch business, and then we'll go to... Ronnie, you said something about wooden boats.
We got some wooden boats and some fishing lures.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
phone lines are open too at 728-1320 if you are listening live to Thunder Radio. Let's Talk Antiques continues.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
All right, folks, we're back with Let's Talk Antique. And old Max brought us in on cue.
He always does that for us.
Yeah, I heard a
vintage
fella ask me
character.
yesterday what ever happened to him. I said he retired. He got more money now than what to do with.
He is.
Yeah,
He's a rich man.
he's a good man.
Okay.
All right, so now, I know when I was a kid, I was tickled to death. One Christmas, I got a Zorro watch.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Did you ever get one?
No, I've seen them, but I never got one.
Ronnie, did you?
I didn't see Zorro. I saw like the Dick Tracy.
Did you get one? So Roy Rogers and
I've
Gene
had-
Autry and Hopalong Cassidy.
I've had some Mickey Mouse watch.
Now, the first one I had was that Zorro. And then one year I got a Hopalong Cassidy, and it came mounted on a cardboard saddle.
Oh, cool.
Had its own box.
I've still got my Mickey Mouse watch in the case.
Not be dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're into character watches right now. Then we'll hone in on like the Roy Rogers and Gene Autry and Hopalong Castian. So character watches.
All right.
Speaking of Mickey Mouse, right?
Speaking of Mickey Mouse, that tops the list on recent sold eBay things. It was a vintage Mickey Mouse Ingersoll character wristwatch with the original box. 27 bids on it, went for $370. Another one of that's the same one that not quite in as good a shape, but still pretty good. It was 2 bids on it, went for $227. Next, you got a Captain America watch, which is pretty cool. I've never seen that one. It's what is that? It's a Kirby automatic date.
That's a fancy one.
Yeah, $200 was the buy it now on that. Here's a vintage diver Hot Wheels character calendar watch. It was a wind-up also. The buy it now on that was $166.50. Here's a Winnie the Pooh and Friends boxed Sears character watch.
Still on the card, isn't it?
Still on the card.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it went for $155 for the buy it now.
Free shipping.
Free returns.
Free return. Why would you return it?
I don't know. Here's a, let's see, vintage Endora Dr. Pepper soda advertising watch.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It comes with 3 bands. $150 was the buy
red
now on
one and the
that.
white one. Is that a blue or black?
Red, white, and blue. Yeah.
Red, white, and blue.
Here's a vintage Ronald McDonald character watch by Criterion with 17 jewels in the original box. They got $140 for their buy it now.
The box looks like a snow globe, doesn't it?
It does. I wonder. That's nice.
Well, they outlawed Ronald, didn't they?
Yeah, they've
Ronald
retired
was scaring
Ronald.
kids.
They
yeah,
did retire?
They were
Yeah.
getting scared of
Yeah,
Ronald.
they've retired him.
Why'd they do that?
Because kids don't like clowns anymore.
Children were
They're
getting
scared
scared of
Ain't
him.
that hard to believe that a clown? All them clown horror movies
Well,
has
you
ruined the
see how
clown.
I
the
guess
circuses
I don't
have died out,
understand
you know.
Huh?
See how the circuses have died out.
Yeah, but
Kids
you know
don't
it's a
get together,
shame.
Yeah.
They've
They've turned the clown into a bad guy instead of a good guy.
Yeah, I can't quite understand what was
Really?
behind that, but yeah.
Hollywood.
So what you got there? A tiger? Winnie the Pooh?
Well, Tigger.
Tigger,
Winnie the
okay.
Pooh.
About Dixie's.
So this is the matching one to go with the Winnie the Pooh, and it went for $125
She's
for the
got
buy it now.
Dollywood.
Well, she uses the word Dixie some way. They offended.
Oh, by the word. Now, ain't
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Ridiculous.
I got a vintage wind-up Smurf Timex character watch with animated football and a pink dial.
Yeah, they got Papa Smurf on it, or
No,
one of
this
those.
sporty Smurf, I'd say, because he's got a soccer ball.
You
there.
know what we're
Yeah.
talking about now. There's a lot of
$125.
these laying around at people's houses.
Yeah, true. Here's a 1977 Seiko Bongo the Bear Disney character watch with the original band, $125. Here we go. A huge 15-pound wristwatch
Nice
lot. Bands, vintage characters, some for parts. Craft need batter. What in the world is batter? That's the part of the mechanics. And that went 8 bids at $91.
now look at all them night watches.
That's a lot of
Where'd you
watches.
find all them?
15 pounds.
I'd say that's a
Store or something?
I don't know. That looks like Granddaddy's old drawer kind of
God
thing.
almighty.
Somebody
Or what about a
inherited that.
repair shop? You know, that
Yeah.
Maybe
they brought 'em up.
Yeah.
Something like that. 'Cause
Hey, you going to wonder how to pay that light bill this month? You might look
that
up
is
them
a
little
lot of
and
watches.
You got stacked back.
Okay, here's a good one.
Here's a vintage wind-up Ronald Reagan
Cowboy.
as a cowboy. Political character watch, $110 for that.
See, now when Oprah gets to be president, her watches will be worth something.
Yeah, there's.
I'm gonna be like the Hollywood celebs. I'm moving out. Russia.
Vintage Lassie with the moving eyes character watch by Rega. This went for $110. That's pretty weird that the eyes move. That's good.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Lassie was on TV in the 50s for a long time. I don't know how many years, but it was a bunch.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Good, decent
I
show.
watched it.
You learned something every episode.
Well, that's how you did your Cowboys too,
That's
right?
Star
There you
Trek
go.
was too.
Here's a vintage 1970s hand wind Ford Pinto horse character watch. Animated horse secondhand. Oh, his back leg moves somehow.
Oh, wow.
So that went for $107 as the buy it now. And here's a Snoopy character watch, black and white enamel, Swiss made. $99 was the buy now on that one. Here you go. Here's because everybody went out and bought a Heinz ketchup watch. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
And it's even got a ketchup bottle for the
I have
hour
one of
hand
those.
on it. Yeah.
That's cool.
And that was $104.77 for the
And
buy
that's
it
a
now.
glass bottle too, not one of these new squeeze bottles.
Exactly, yeah. Here's a Snoopy playing tennis with his arm is one of the, well, actually, the ball, his arm, and a racket are all animated there with it. Let's see, 1970s. Timex went for $104. Here's a $6 Million Man character watch. Well, that went for $100. 1970s Anheuser-Busch advertising watch with it's got the month on it and stuff. It went for $100. So they're not outrageous, but they're definitely
There's a Batman.
going for more than you paid for them. Here's a vintage wind-up Batman character with the bat signal for the background. That was $100. Vintage Mickey Mouse moving animated head character watch by Bradley. And his hands are what point to the time. That went for $100. I've got a Mickey Mouse watch that I got from Disney World when I was a kid in the 70s.
Oh, that's
and
cute.
and I looked it up to try and figure out what it was. And there are whole websites dedicated to figuring out which Mickey Mouse watch you have.
Did you figure
and
it out?
exactly how much they're worth. Yeah. So it wasn't worth quite as much as I wanted to, but it was worth enough to go ahead and hang on to.
Yeah.
And make sure
Hey,
I
now,
didn't
what
lose
about
it.
the Howdy Doody there?
Here's a Howdy Doody. His hands are what point to the time. That went for $100.
Buffalo Bob. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Vintage Hawaiian Punchy advertising character went for $100. 1970s Smiley Face went for $99. Here's gosh, it's a Mickey Mouse, but it's like a negative image thing on it. It's a Seiko. There were 40 bids on it. Went for $90.45. Here's a vintage character watch lot with Mickey Mouse and Roy Rogers, or two Mickey Mouse and one Roy Rogers. Went 34 bids for $83.
You know,
Seems
that
like
guy
a
probably
decent
got a
one.
good buy on all those watches.
Yeah. Oh, here's one that I'd like to have. Is this 1975 Evel Knievel
Oh, yeah.
watch, Swiss made. They wanted $125, but got about $90 for it. So.
Did you see where that other guy, I don't remember his name, jumped the Snake River Canyon?
No, I
He
didn't
had
know.
he had the guy Robert Schultz, his son, made him a sky cycle identical to Evel Knievel's. Used the same plans, just to show that it would have worked if the chute hadn't come out. And that guy was a stunt man.
And did he jump it?
Yeah, he jumped it.
You know the jump.
Watch it on YouTube.
You know the jump wouldn't be the problem if I was doing it. It'd be the landing.
Yeah, that's what Evel Knievel was worried
Landing
about.
like that sudden stop.
the
What
land.
hurts
Yeah,
you?
how do you remember the distance?
No, but it wasn't no great distance.
It has to be
See,
pretty
that thing
good.
would go straight up and then comes down, you know. That's how he gets his arc.
Okay.
But Evil's parachute, you know, deployed too soon.
Let me see what
If you
if we
watch
can
that there's a video on YouTube.
Yeah, he's looking up how far it was.
try and figure out the
They
distance.
say it on that video.
Y'all talk while I look.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the Evel Knievel movie and the biography I got. And I don't know, I was just thinking about it the other night.
Was he,
And I was watching all his jumps.
is his boy still doing it? Robbie?
I think Robbie's about decided he's going to quit
About ready
too.
to quit.
I think he has quit.
Well, he ought to. I mean,
Yeah. 'Cause
there's a whole lot of good jumpers now. You know, Evil
Yeah.
Knievel, he set the pace.
they got it down to a science
By the way,
now.
Ronnie, why don't you look up some Evil Knievel stuff?
Yeah.
And then when we come back, because we got about another minute, when we do come back, we'll just see how popular Evil Knievel is.
There you go.
And then we'll get on Roy Rogers and Gene Archer and Hopalong Casty Watch. Then we'll get on some boats, and then who knows what, you know,
Jeez,
on and on and on.
All right, you're listening to Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
All right, folks, we're back with Let's Talk Antiques.
Okay,
Stay
so
tuned.
Ray, our answer was the Evil Knievel jump was a mile.
1 mile.
Ronnie said
Would've been
that
a
wasn't
mile.
that far.
I don't think that's that far for
That's
for a
fur-
sky cycle.
Yeah.
That's further than I ever jumped on my
Because that thing's
bicycle.
going
So-
straight up in the air, you know, and then comes down.
Yeah, but Ronnie,
You know, if they get him a couple thousand feet up,
Ronnie, the landing at 2,000 feet up, do you know what the weight would be
well, yeah,
time you
parachute.
hit the ramp?
Well, obviously the parachute worked though.
Well,
Also, he parachuted.
No,
Is that
no,
what
he
it
was
is?
Yeah,
sitting
you had a
on
parachute on the back.
He was
That's
sitting
what-
on an incline, and that thing worked off steam. And it just shot him straight up
Okay,
there.
then once he got straight up there, he pulled a parachute?
Yeah, before he hit the peak
Okay.
of his ascent.
Okay.
If he'd have hit it, then he'd have come down and had room to spare.
Okay.
But he pulled that chute, like you say. He got scared.
I think he got
I'm
scared
not
and
going
pulled
to
the
say he got
chute.
scared.
I
That
never
other
even
guy
thought about
actually
that.
did it.
I think he
Done
did.
pulled the chute before I got off the bus.
The stuntman actually done it.
That's wild.
All right, so now we went.
Okay, Eddie Braun was the stuntman.
That actually jumped it?
Yeah.
When did he jump it, Ron?
Let me see here. Let me type him in. Eddie Braun. Braun.
While he's doing that, Philip, let's get on to Roy Rogers.
I'll
watch.
get you. I'll let you watch him.
Okay. All right. We got a Roy Rogers and Trigger pocket watch. We had 11 bids and went for $158.38 plus $2.50 shipping. What's the deal with having such cheap shipping on some stuff?
Well,
that just
watch
seems
don't
weird.
really weigh that much.
Yeah, but you're going to at least send it priority. That's going to cost more than that. All right, we got another Roy Rogers pocket watch. This comes with the case, and it only had it had 12 bids in it, but it only went for $129.
Same kind of watch.
Yep, with the case. Hey, just a different time. Yeah, well, the one of them they were 2 months apart. So there you go. 1993 Fossil Roy Rogers and Trigger limited
Here you go.
edition watch. Never worn was $109. Let's see. Vintage lot of pocket watches, railroad watches.
Larry Lance.
Roy Rogers, Benris, Elgin, Bradley, and Moore. 22 bids went for
Where's that bid
$111.
That's the way to buy them, ain't it, Bill?
Yeah, I think.
So Ronnie
going
pulled
by-
that video up. So when he got to the peak of the chute, when he got up at the top, he pulled his.
Yeah, see, and he comes down. So that's how you do it, is altitude,
Yeah.
not raw power.
I guess you want to pull your chute when you get to the peak, so
Yeah.
that way you can carry your momentum and keep you going forward, but you're not
You stay on your glide
plummeting
path.
toward the ground at that.
You want to stay on your glide
Scared
path.
them stood stops.
No.
There's the 53.
Cost
1953,
1.6 million.
Ingram, Roy Rogers Lariat
That's true.
band wristwatch, $95 was to buy it now. That's a really nice one. I like that. This we saw that one. Roy Rogers and Trigger fossil watch and bandana set with original box and cover. Buy it now, $80. I think they could have done better than that.
Yeah.
I think.
Now there's where Robbie Knievel.
Vintage Roy Rogers watch with original band, circa 1940s.
A little leather band.
Works, and it's the rectangle watch face. 16 bids on it, went for $78. Another Roy Rogers limited edition fossil wristwatch set, $70 was to buy it now. 1993 Roy Rogers complete package cowboy watch. It looks vintage though. $74 was to buy it now on that one. Here's a lot of 9 vintage novelty wristwatches. Hopalong Cassidy, Roy Rogers, and Abbott and Costello, Thor, Coke, Superman, Buster Brown, and more.
They would have been
Wow.
better off selling them one at a time.
15 bids for $76.75. Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't. Maybe you just want to get rid of them at that point, and you see you just put
Just
them
a
all
couple
together.
more, then we'll go to Gene Archer and Hopalong Cassidy, then we'll talk about boats here.
Here's 2 vintage 1950s Ingram, Roy Rogers, and Trigger watches. Both work. These are the rectangular faces. 27 bids for $64. Let's see if I can find a unique one on this. Oh, my internet's messing up. Here's a new in box 1993 limited edition for 4,863 of 10,000. One bid on it went for $55.
Yeah. Try Gene Archer.
Okay.
I like that pocket watch.
That's pretty
I
nice.
got that pocket watch.
You got Roy and Trigger? Mm-hmm. I like that one.
Here's a Gene Autry collectible pocket watch. Runs, comes with the original box. They were wanting $300 and took a best offer that was somewhere around $200 probably.
Yeah.
1948 Gene Autry. Do you know how to pronounce that? Tunau. Cowboy character watch by Will Lane in the original box. 9 bids, $187.50.
There's a nice looking wristwatch.
1948 Swiss-made Gene Autry wristwatch, pre-owned. They were asking $150 and took a best offer. No, the next one's like $95, so they at least got $95 for it. Gene Autry 6-shooter 2 watch in original box, plus certification. It says it's rare with the moving pistol. $75 was the one bid on that one. You gonna blow up on us, Ron?
I got it acting funny. Well, I think I pulled that cord out of there, so I just let it run on a battery.
I got a 1948 Gene Autry animated 6-shooter cowboy box. Missing the glass of the face. 12 bids on it, $86.25 with the box.
Good looking box.
Yeah. There's another one, 1948, without the box. $85 was that.
Look at that reproduction one.
Where's your? Oh, okay. Reproduction Gene Autry 6-shooter watch, $65 with $8 shipping. So buy it
reproduction?
now. That's pretty good for a reproduction. Gene Autry watch in box with original insert, Swiss made, 1948. One bid on that went for $50.
Okay. So let's go to Hopalong Cassidy.
Hoppy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, here's a lot of
He's bringing some good
33 novelty pocket watches, including Hopalong Cassidy, Roadrunner, Spider-Man, Abbott and Costello, Thor, Coke, Superman, Buster Brown.
A lot of watches.
A lot of watches. They had 34 bids on it. Went for $579. Yeah.
Now there's the one I had as a kid.
Oh, okay.
The one with on the cardboard saddle.
1950s Hopalong Cassidy wristwatch in beautiful saddle box, and it works. That's a really good condition.
Mm-hmm.
It's $200 was a buy it now on that one. Here's another one that brought 170. 1948 Hopalong Cassidy character watch, $175. That's a pocket watch, by the way, too. Hopalong Cassidy lot with 2 Hubley cap guns, boxes, Hopalong Cassidy watch, and more. 13 bids went for $146.50. That seems like a good deal. It's pocket watch,
Yeah.
Pocket knife,
Heck
all
yeah.
kinds of stuff for that.
I do have some. I got Hopalong pocket knives, Hopalong watches, Hopalong guns.
A lot of Hopalong.
You know, they made fun of me because I said Gene Autry so much on the American Picker Show. My wife plays that to me, and it sounded like I said Gene Autry every minute or so.
Would you like me to? I can load that or download that and just cut out to where all you do is say
Gene
that Gene
Autry.
Autry, Gene Autry, Gene
Well, I
Autry.
think that's what Nancy did to me.
Oh, did she?
Nancy probably
She do
liked
that?
one of those.
Look at that there in the red box.
That one there.
No, that's orange.
Oh, you're right. Hopalong Cassidy original 1950 watch in the box, original U.S. Time Corporation.
Yeah, now you know that's an older piece when you see that on there.
Yeah. Okay. They were asking $150, and they got somewhere between 90 and 80, 90 and 100. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a 1994 one. 100th anniversary watch went for $90 with $9 shipping. Here's a 1950s Hopalong Cassidy Boys Timex wristwatch, working with a spare case and strap. They were asking $103 and got at least $75.
All right, we got 2 minutes, so you want to pick out a couple more, or two or three more?
Here's a vintage lot of 9 watches. Hopalong Cassidy, Roy Rogers, Abbott and Costello, Thor, Coke,
See,
Superman,
a person
Buster
ought to buy a
Brown.
bunch of those, Philip,
I think
and put
so.
them back on there one at a time.
I think
Well,
you're right.
you know they'll bring $20 a piece.
I think so too, yeah.
I mean, they should bring $70, $80 a piece, but if they brought 20, how many's on there?
You've done
1, 2, 3,
9.
4. 9, okay.
15 bids, it went for
Yeah, them
$76.75.
so cheap.
That's the same people selling all this because they've got a bunch
I
of
bet they
them.
own the jewelry store when the little kids come up to get their watch fixed, they just kept them back there, and then little kids never came back.
I
And
wouldn't doubt it.
Maybe
you know,
so.
little kid go up there with good intentions, then realize they got to have some money to pick them up.
Been there, done that.
That's funny.
Did you leave your Hopalong Cassidy watch?
No,
at
I'm
the-
a Hopalong Cassidy, yeah.
All right, give us one more. We're going to take a break.
Here's a 1950s, 60s Hopalong Cassidy pocket watch. It winds, runs, or it could be used for parts. It says. This is a really unusual. It looks like a wristwatch, but it's in a pocket watch case.
Yeah.
7 bids, $36.10.
That's cheap enough, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ronnie, we're going to talk about your boats.
Yeah. We
you
can,
wanna
do we
go
have
ahead
a
well, we're going to take a break.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, stay tuned for more Let's Talk Antiques coming up on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
All right, folks, we're back with Let's Talk Antique, and we're going to go to boats now. Is that right, Ronnie?
Well, we're going to talk about wooden Chris Craft boats in particular. And I was telling David, I saw a guy had one behind his truck up at Walmart, and it was the prettiest thing I ever saw.
Wooden boat.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
It was so shiny, it just knocked your eyes out. And this was a big boat. Took a lot of work to restore that thing. And so, we decided we would just look up some of these
Okay,
boats
so
for
when
you.
did they start building, Ronnie?
So, 1861 to 1874, there was a 13-year-old. His name is Christopher Columbus Smith. And he built his first boat in 1874. And they were referred to as punts or skiffs. And people really liked his boats. So him and his brother formed a company and started building those boats. And that was where the Chris Craft boats come from. That was where they started. And so I've got a few that have sold, and they're going to be different years and different types. So the first one I'm looking at is a 19-foot Chris Craft racing runabout from 1950, and it brought $59,900. Had a 158 horsepower engine on it, and it had a new trailer, 2006 model trailer.
Did these have what kind of motor did these? Did these have car motors in them at that point, or were they custom
yeah,
built?
most of them were inboards.
Okay.
I got a 1930 26 foot. It's got a triple cockpit, which means there's a long one in the front and two in the back where two different people, and a console in between them. And it was he brought $125,999.
Whoa.
And it had a 425 horsepower Chevrolet V8 in it.
That's amazing.
All the power you could want, says. And then I got a 1940 23-foot barrel-back triple cockpit, and it had a 160 horse engine in it. Brought $155,000.
Wow.
Got a 59 21-foot Chris Craft Continental, and this one had a third seat option, and it brought $34,500.
I wonder if you can go to marinas and still see some of them sitting around.
I have
You can in
seen
Florida.
just a couple in my lifetime out on the lake.
But here's a 48 25-foot Sportsman sedan 160 horsepower V6, brought 85,000, and it was sold in Tennessee. Well, you know, if you think of these old wooden boats that old, looks to me, you know, like the boards would rot and bow and warp, you know, over the years.
Well, the thing is, I think you're right about the rotting part. They would rot. You know, a lot of those sailing boats, you know, are wood.
Yeah, if you seal it and
That's,
know,
I bet
do
you
the
still have
maintenance
to.
that
I
you're
bet you still
supposed
have to
to.
work on them.
I
take
think
it,
that's the trick, is
pull it out,
keeping one up
sand it
over
off,
time.
and redo it. I bet there's a lot of maintenance to
You
it.
gotta have somebody
and
that's willing
It
to.
helps you be able to sell it for $100,000.
That's what I think.
as opposed to
I think that too.
as opposed to just having it rot in the woods behind your house.
Yeah. Okay, we got a 1950 18-foot Riviera with a 95 horsepower engine. Brought 32,000. I've got a 1958 19-foot Capri Chris Craft. These are all Chris Crafts. I was looking to see what kind of engine was in it. It don't say, but it brought $19,990. Might as well say $20,000. I got a 52 18-foot, another Riviera. It's got a 131 horse engine. Says it was rebuilt when the boat was restored, and it brought 19,500. And then I got a 1940 17-foot barrel back, brought 56,000. It's got a 95 horse engine in it. You want to read a few of them, Phil?
Okay, I actually found one on eBay too. That's you talk about one sitting in the woods and rotting. This is a barn find, they said.
Oh, wow.
And is a 1955 Chris Craft Cobra, and this thing is just got a shark fin down the back. It is fancy, and there was no reserve on it, and so it started out cheap, and 123 bids later, it went out for $45,400.
123 bids, a lot of interest.
Opening bid was $100, so that gets some interest.
Dad probably didn't even have an engine that run in it.
Well,
did it?
they said it's in good condition, but it doesn't come with a trailer, and
If it's in a barn, though, it ought to be pretty good shape.
yeah.
Probably got some rat nests in it. Hey, I tell you what I found here. I found a 2017. It's a Kid Craft. It's a kit. It's a little wooden boat, 5 foot long.
Yeah.
That runs off of a battery. But it's a little wooden boat. Looks just
It's
like the Chris
nice.
Craft.
It looks just like one.
Yeah, once you get it done, this is how they come without the. See how it comes?
And you sand it and stain it and
Yeah.
varnish it yourself.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like that.
That'd be a good craft for you to do over the winter, Dave.
Yeah, I tell you what. Only craft I'm gonna do over the winter is stay in the house.
Yeah.
I do not like cold weather
Me neither.
at all.
Story.
I got a
I'll
night-
write 'em down for you.
A 1930 20-foot Chris Craft triple cockpit. Says it's in excellent condition. So that one's sold. That doesn't have a
I
price
don't
on it,
have a
does it?
price on that one. It's got a 6-cylinder in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do that price.
1954 19-foot Chris Craft racing runabout in excellent condition with new bottom, sides, and decks, re-chromed hardware, restored instruments, new upholstery. It's gorgeous. It says it was a trailer included, $44,990. Well, $45,000.
Golly.
Man. 1955 19-foot Chris Craft Capri in very good condition, restored about 10 years ago, and has been in storage ever since. Nice red upholstery, new bottom, engine hatch needs some repair. Includes trailer, $36,500. 1955, another Capri.
Just like that one, except
Yeah.
this needs restored.
Yeah, it says this is in project condition. Restoration was begun about 30 years ago when the owner began stripping the finish, removed a few planks, and replaced the upholstery. It's been stored indoors for the last 30 years. Trailer was new at the time. it's said you can get that one for a mere $13,500.
Probably a good
See,
bone, that
do you see
bone.
what they said about replacing a few boards? I guess no matter how well you take care of it, it's
You're gonna
wood.
have to do
It
it.
eventually had to rot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I think a person needs to find the same kind of wood.
Oh yeah,
To replace it
absolutely,
with.
yeah. Because
Is it mahogany they build them out of, or-
Yeah.
I think a lot of them were. I really don't know.
Here's a 1949 18-foot Chris Craft Sportsman, excellent restored condition. Beautiful decks, bottom, inside, sides, new blue upholstery, re-chromed hardware. 0 hours on this fresh wooden boat restoration. No trailer. $32,000.
See, these old boats bring the money, don't matter what shape they're in.
Yeah,
So-
if you got a wood shop and you really like just hanging out,
If you've got one, you
That'd
know,
make you a
'cause
living, but you'd have to find the boats.
the ones that aren't
yeah.
more rotted, people
Yeah.
are wanting them.
if you
Boy,
buy
they're
one
pretty,
for
though. I tell you.
They
$13,000,
are
They look so good.
gorgeous.
spend a couple of months or a
You
year
know,
on it.
I've got a picture for out the base. They used to have them Chris Craft wooden boats.
Really?
Matter of fact, I got a picture of Coy Noblet, you know, who used to be the mayor here.
Yeah.
He's actually was some type of patrol guard, and he's standing by that boat.
I'll be dang on.
Really looks sharp.
Oh yeah, those boats are just.
I haven't
gorgeous.
seen a wooden boat like that since I was a kid, you know.
There was when I lived in Nashville on Tim's Ford.
That big lake.
Yeah, the big lake over there. That's it. And there was somebody who had one that I saw on a pretty regular basis, and then I saw another one time on it. But there was Old Hickory. Sorry.
Yeah.
Old Hickory
Well, they
Lake.
actually.
And they were out in the water, people driving them around, you know. And they every one of them you see, the guy driving it has a captain's hat on. It's
Yeah,
not. It wasn't like me out in t-shirts and shorts. You're wearing a nice polo
All right, we got to
shirt.
go. He's signaling us to get out of here.
Why, you don't want to hang around with us?
We'll do it again next Wednesday from 10 to 11. Let's talk antiques.